Where am I? What's going on? Am I asleep? Wait, let's think. Don't panic, breathe. Could it have been the pains in my arms? I can't remember anything from that moment. It couldn't be. Fuck it. I must be dead. How did I just... What? This doesn't make sense. If I'm dead, how did I just come here? Carl, what's happening? Carl! Can you not see me? Or hear me? I guess I must be dead. Is this what the afterlife is? This better not be it. I was expecting a lot more than this.
It's going to be a bit weird not having him around now, huh? He was always good for a laugh. He's a very funny bloke. I remember the time, he must have been about 10 or so. We went down to the park where he fell into the lake and nearly drowned himself. It was great fun, him trying to explain the wet clothes to his ma. And I couldn't believe it when he tried to blame me for wetting him by saying that I poured a bottle of water over him.
I guess I am dead. Handsome bastard. This is ridiculous. What am I going to do now? Am I just stuck here? Well, this is great. I suppose you can't hear me either.
You're not enjoying your own party?
Can you hear me? Are you dead too?
You could say that. Have a seat.
Who the hell are you? How do I know I can trust you?
It's not like I'm gonna kill you now, is it? Just sit down.
Answer my question. Who are you? What's going on and why am I here?
There's more than one place you can end up. I'm here to just help you on your way.
It sounds like there's plenty of options. Surely heaven's the only place for me.
May well be. Could be some redemption involved, though.
What do you mean exactly?
I'm here to help you discover things about yourself and other people that you might have failed to notice when you were alive.
What could I possibly discover about myself that I don't already know?
Why does everyone say that? You think you know people, but you don't really know them. Not until you know what's going on inside their heads. Let's take a walk. Jerry, isn't it?
Yeah. Him and his wife have lived next door for the last 6 years.
Leon, don't get freaked out, okay? But it's important that you hear what's going on inside people's heads. You know, it's Jerry, so I'm sure it'll be fine.
I think I might have the folks over next week for a bit of dinner. Now that I finally won't have that fucking Egypt calling the guards every time I turn on the radio.
I was never that fussy. But every time he had a party, the noise was ridiculous. I mean, how am I supposed to sleep with all that noise?
He was always more than welcome to come over, but he'd rather stay in and moan. I mean, he wouldn't even cut us some slack on our wedding anniversary. And we had to call off the whole thing early just so we could get a few more hours sleep. I mean, that was taking it to another level. And I used to think there was a little bit of good in that guy.
Well, I suppose I was a bit harsh calling the police on the wedding anniversary. But how's a guy like that going to learn a lesson?
You don't think what you did was wrong?
No, I don't. He should have been more considerate of others.
He always used to invite you in.
Yeah, but I didn't want to have to socialise and make small talk with those fools. Now that I've heard from Jerry, can I go to heaven now?
Those fools were just your neighbours. I don't think you're ready for heaven just yet. We've a few more people to see.
Yeah, fine. Let's see who's next.
Do you feel any sympathy for him?
No, I don't. I just did what any normal person would do.
Do you understand why I'm here?
I know why you're here. But I don't see the point in me having to listen to people's personal thoughts about me. What difference does it make?
The difference is what people say to your face and what they think in their heads are often two very different things.
Don't be talking in riddles and give me a straight answer.
Let's just move on, shall we? Do you know why I brought you over to Ben?
Well, we've worked together for the past 8 years. So I suppose we know each other quite well.
Think he's got any complaints about you?
Well, he shouldn't have, considering I carried him for the first 5 years when he joined our firm.
I can't believe I'm the only one from work here. I hate making awkward small talk with strangers. They probably just think I'm here for the free booze.
Ben hasn't changed. It is strange though that there's no more people from work here though.
Can't say I'm surprised I'm the only one from work here. I'm surprised enough that I came myself after what he did to me. We both worked so hard on that project together, and yet he was the one that took all the credit.
I deserve that promotion more. I'm older and I worked for the firm longer. I should have even gotten more credit.
When people used to talk about him in work, I always defended him, thinking he was a better guy than what he was made out to be. Turns out he wasn't.
How does that make you feel?
Well, I suppose we both should be promoted, but I'm glad it was me.
Even if you deserved it, do you think it was right to get it the way you did?
Well, maybe it could come across as being bad, but in some cases, but if you want to get on in life, you have to do what it takes.
Even if it means selling out your friends?
I suppose I could have handled it differently, but I did what had to be done.
Okay. I think it's time we met with somebody who might actually make you feel guilty.
You mean there's more? Can I not just go to heaven now? You going to show me anyone interesting? Because I'm starting to get a bit bored here.
When was the last time you saw him?
Not since the fight.
When was that?
Nearly 2 years ago. I didn't think he'd come. I really didn't. We hadn't spoken in so long and
I know you had your differences, but in the end he was your brother. The way you behaved was childish.
Oh, all right, do your thing. We'll see what he has to say.
It's going to be hard to know if I'll miss him at all. We hadn't talked in so long. I always thought we'd patch things up in the end. I mean, when we were younger, we'd fight over much bigger things and we'd always make up. I wasn't expecting him just to drop dead. I mean, I apologized countless times and he never gave me the time of day. It was his fault. But of course I got the blame.
Do you even remember what you did to Frank? Well, do you? Leon, do you remember?
Yes, I do.
What happened?
Frank met me one night after work. I had a rough day. We said we'd go for a pint. One drink led to another, and before we knew it, we were both very drunk. And I took out all my anger on him. What started off as a drunken argument turned into a proper fight, and all because of me. The night is still quite blurry, but I know that I hit him. And I've been too stubborn to apologise since.
Now that he's gone for good, we're never going to get to make amends. I'd like to say we're answered my calls.
I'm sorry, Frank. I'm sorry I didn't say anything before now. I really am. Please, Is there any way of getting through to him? I need to let him know that I didn't mean to do what I did.
I'm afraid not. The things you've done throughout your life are set in stone. From the moment you die, there's nothing I can do or you can do to change anything. What's been done can't be undone.
I really am sorry I didn't do anything before now. I'm sorry.
Leon, come on.
Okay. Who's next?
Thanks. Will you give me a hand making the cake?
No, I have to later on. Just see me on.
But you're being rude. Sitting out here and you should be mixing inside. But everyone, that's what your dad would want.
No, Mum, Dad didn't notice me when he was alive. So why does it matter now he's dead?
Fine. Do what you want.
She's right. I hardly knew her at all. I don't even know what date her birthday is.
Why do you think you don't know your own daughter?
I never really took any interest in what she did. In the early years, everything was great. But as she grew older, we'd less things in common, and I found myself not wanting to be part of her life.
I think you should have tried harder.
Looking back now, there's so many things that would have changed. But at the time, I thought she would be better off without me. Perhaps I didn't deserve to be a father.
You've said all we need to hear. I think you know what happens now.
I don't think I want to hear this.
You need to hear this.
I don't think I could hear her speaking about the way I've treated her, when I can do nothing about it. I know I wasn't a good husband. I know I wasn't there when I should have been. I let her drift away, just like I did with Katie. I always thought everything would come back to the way it was. But now I know that would never happen, unless I was willing to work at it and change things for the better. If I could go back now, I'd change everything.
Just listen.
Please, no. I don't need to hear this. I don't need to hear anything else. I don't think I could bear to hear her speak bad things about me. I couldn't bear it.
What am I going to do? We had drifted apart in the last few years, and I think he knew that too. How is Kate going to take this? I know they weren't close, but this is still going to affect her whether she shows it or not.
No, stop, please.
There was so many things left unsaid that could have been sorted out, but he just didn't seem to care.
I know I didn't make an effort, and I know I should have.
He didn't realise any of the stress our failed marriage caused me. I didn't think I'd ever be that type of person to hurt myself. But in the end, it was the only thing that made me feel anything. I was having such dark thoughts.
I'm right here. I've always loved you. I'm listening. Please, we must do something. I need to apologise. I didn't know she would do this. I didn't know about it. Is there anything you can do? I need to apologise. I'm sorry I was so selfish. But I never thought I would lead her to do that. I know I've been wrong. About everyone.
I'm afraid our time is up. I hope you've done enough to move on.
I know all that I've done now was wrong. Please let that be enough.
Good luck, Leon. I'll see you soon.
When he was alive, why does it matter when he's dead? So why does it matter when he's
The blames, he never answered
We
my
had
call.
drifted apart in the last few
When
years.
people used to
Dad
talk
didn't
about
notice
him,
me when he was
I
alive.
always defended him.
So why does it matter when he's dead?